hey, I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I'm gonna just film this, edit it quick, and upload it today because I wanted to address something. And that's all the questions I've been getting from you guys about my thoughts on the Canon M50. So if you're new here, by the way, my name is Brian Miller. I'm a professional magician and motivational speaker, and on this channel I do like inspiration tips and tutorials for creative people like you and me. And I've been using the Canon M3 for the last year as my primary vlogging camera, and then just a few weeks ago I upgraded to the M6. And right after I upgraded, Canon announced the new M50. 4K, swivel screen, EVF built in, And I really appreciate the concern from so many of you that were like, oh no, do you wish you had waited and gotten the M50 instead of the M6? Should you return it? And if we're being completely honest, I initially kind of did wish I had waited. I was like, oh, that would be great to be able to put a microphone on top of the camera and just swivel the screen out to the side like a normal vlogging human and get 4K as a bonus. Maybe I should return the M6. But now that there are pre-release models going out to some of the bigger YouTubers, like Kai got his hands on it, Peter McKinnon just uploaded a video this morning, which is kind of what just prompted me to make this video real quick. I'm really glad I did not wait for the M50 and that I got the M6 instead. The thing is, 4K is such a pain. It's 4 times the file sizes, it takes a lot longer to render, you need a faster processor in your computer. There's just so many issues with 4K that kind of balance out the benefits of it right now. And as we've seen over the last year, a lot of the big YouTubers went to 4K and then came back to 1080 for all of the kind of pitfalls. So if I'm gonna get a camera because it's got 4K, the 4K better be really good. And it's not. If you watch the videos from like Kai, from Peter McKinnon, there's a bunch of other people that have been putting them out, the 4K mode, the quality of the image looks worse or the same as 1080. And to top it off, we've all found out over the last few days that 4K doesn't have dual pixel autofocus. What? The 4K mode has a phase detection, which is basically, I don't know if it's the exact same thing, because I know it's a new processor, but it's very similar to what I had in the M3, which never had the focus hunting issues that they're showing in the 4K mode on the new M50. When you watch their videos, Kai showed it, Peter showed it, even Peter was standing in his well-lit kitchen, not moving, just like this, and the phase detection autofocus was drifting in and out. He wasn't even moving. No. On top of which, the 4K mode has another 1.6 crop factor. Now, if you're familiar with mirrorless cameras from Canon, they have a 1.6 crop factor, which means if you're using the 11 to 22 millimeter, this lens, which is like the ideal vlogging lens for the Canon M series, by the way, I've done videos on this lens and other lenses for the M series, you want the 11 millimeter to be wide and give you all kinds of context while you're vlogging. So on a crop sensor camera, the 11 millimeters functions like a 16 mil on a full frame. When you use the 4K mode in the new M50, the 11 doesn't just have the 1.6 times crop factor of the APS-C sensor, so it's already acting like a 16. It's got another 1.6 times crop factor because of the 4K mode. So suddenly, your 11 millimeter wide angle lens, this beautiful 11 millimeter, functions like a 24 mil on a full frame camera. That is not why I got an 11 millimeter for vlogging. So between the crop factor and the lack of dual pixel autofocus, I would never get the M50 for the 4K. If they had added 120 frames per second option to the 1080p, that would have been enticing. I would have been very interested in that. But it doesn't sound like they did. They've got 120 frames per second in 720p, which is like, nobody's using that and upscaling to 1080 anymore. That's silly. I just don't see any reason for anybody to get the M50 unless you don't have a vlogging camera at all right now. Like if you're looking for your first kind of professional grade or semi-professional grade vlogging camera, yeah, get it. Just don't get it because of the 4K mode. That's just, I feel like there's going to be very few circumstances when you could use the 4K and really get out of it what you're looking for. Probably if you're editing in 1080 and you just wanted to use the 4K mode to crop in, the 200% to get like basically 2 angles for one shot, yeah, I mean, you can use it for that. Yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. I'm glad I did not wait for the M50. I'm thrilled with the M6. Being able to use my 22mm f2 lens on f2 and the dual pixel is keeping me in focus no matter what I do. I mean, it's, look at this. I can back up and come back and it stays in focus. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you're considering the M50, I would highly recommend getting the M6 instead, picking up the, just by the body, get the 11-22 for vlogging, and then get the 22mm f2 for doing studio shots like this for that nice bokeh, that background blur. That's my recommendation. Links to everything in the description below. You will see 2 new vlogs later this week from me, and then I'm gonna start rolling out next week some videos on the M6. I'm gonna do some low light comparisons and some lens tests and things like that. So thanks very much for checking this out. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And always remember that our world is a shared experience. Make it a good one. Have a great day. Oh, also, if you're a regular viewer wondering why the ongoing closet restoration project looks like nothing's been accomplished, it's because nothing's been accomplished. I haven't been working on it at all. I haven't found the time. And if it's bothering you, you have no idea how badly it's bothering me. It's gotta be fixed. I intended those to hit the lens so I could cut the video off, but I don't think a single card just hit the lens dead on. So I now have to clean all of these up, and I didn't even get what I wanted. Bye.